Hello, how is everyone doing? Thank you for joining me for my crochet studio hour. I'm Ice Monroe and I'm working on making 1,000 granny squares. So if you'd like to join me on my journey, don't forget to like this stream, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you know when I'm on. Okay. All right. First granny square of the session done. A little behind, but we'll get back to it. Okay, starting my third piece. Thank you all for joining me. I'm Ice Monroe, and this is Hey Auntie's Crochet Studio. I'm building 1,000 granny squares as my crochet project. It's for a new art project that I'm currently working on, experimental, and a discipline piece. If you would like to learn more about the project or see more of what I'm doing, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. That way you can keep up with the work. We're about halfway through, and I am at the point of my crochet studio where I go into a little bit of what's been on my noggin. Currently, today, it hasn't been much of anything, surprisingly. There is a lot going on in the world, and I have found that the longer that I have stayed minding my own business right here in Thailand, I don't worry about it as much as I used to. I used to watch other people crochet, and I wonder what they're thinking about, because they could sit there for hours and not say a word. And now I realize they really don't probably think about much. Your mind starts to go blank. But today I actually was a little more intentional in my silence. And in my head, I had been going over my mantras. And y'all know what mantras are, right? It's those things you say over and over again. Most people say them in the morning to like keep themselves motivated. Or some people use it as spell work. Some people use it as spiritual guidance. But I actually this year simplified my mantras, because instead of switching mantras every week and remembering these long elaborated pieces and all these complicated things, or listing out the 10 things I want most in the world every morning, and gratitude list and all that stuff, all useful, but this book called The One Thing taught me that sometimes we just got to get to the point. And now I say this one mantra over and over again, and it's very simple. My living mantra is, everything is always working out for me. Everything always works out for me. And I say that over and over again. And I don't believe that there's any other mantra that I need. Everything is always working out for me. And I didn't realize how true that had been until I calmed down, took a step back, took a deep breath, and started really taking stock of my life and the things that has happened and taken place in it. And everything really did work out for me, because everything always is working out for me. And that's such a nice thing to know and understand. I feel very blessed having that understanding in life. Everything always works out for me. 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 Just be patient and you'll see. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see that everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see that everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient. You see. Ah, I messed up. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see that everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. Everything always works out for me. Life's not perfect, no sorry, but everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. Best prayer I can think of. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see that everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. Oh, it looks like someone asked me a question. It said, how much time a day do you usually spend doing this? At the bare minimum, I like to try to do this at least 1 hour per day, if I can get to it. Some days I can, most days I can, some days I cannot. But that's okay. I don't beat myself up on the days that I can't get to it because everything is working out for me. So there must have been a reason. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Just be patient and you'll see. water. Oh, let's see. What made you decide to move to Thailand, and what language do you use to communicate with the locals? So I moved to Thailand because when I was in the military, I actually got to do an exercise in Thailand, and it was called Cobra Gold. I got to meet some of the best people I have ever met in my life, and I had one of the best experiences, the best humbling experience that I ever had in my life. And I only felt like I could get back to that by coming back to Thailand. And with everything happening in America and the frustration I felt with our government and our society and the direction that it was going, I figured that last year was a good time to go ahead and do it because I'm not married, I don't have any kids, and it would be the best time to transition if I was ever going to do it. And I could not have been more right about my timing. I believe so anyway. So that is why I'm in Thailand. I I communicate with the locals in English mostly because I am just now learning Thai. I started learning Thai in January, and though I can communicate and say some things, I am far from a fluent speaker, and I have a while to go before I get to that point. And so I do what I can in Thai. I can order food, I can ask for directions, I can ask how much something costs. I can have very standard conversations about where I've been and what I'm doing and what I'm interested in. So I would say it's not so bad, but for the most part, most people in Thai have studied English to some extent. And so English is going to be the easiest language to communicate in outside of Thai in Thailand. I hope you were around to hear the answer to the question. We have a tangle. There we go. No biggie. If you have any other questions about my time in Thailand, what I did to transition, what I'm doing while I'm over here, things to do, or just questions about anything, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I love the sound of the scissors snipping fabric. Such a nice sound. All right, it looks like I have time for one more, so it's our last bell. Actually struggle with the change of food. Did you experience that at all? So usually when people move to other countries, they struggle with the change food. Did you experience that at all? Actually, no. I had a great first time experience in Thailand when it came to the food. So I was looking forward to it. Now, some people do experience issues with the food in Thailand because on the regular basis it is particularly spicy. But there are lots of dishes that you can get that are not spicy, and there are ways to tell them to not make it spicy because the Thai are very well aware that people outside of their country are not used to spices as hot as theirs, especially if you're not from Southeast Asia, and so they definitely account for that. I have heard of cases of what's called Thai tummy, and that's when people usually get like stomach aches or food poisoning. That can happen anywhere. But personally, I have not had a negative food experience since coming to Thailand. Quite the contrary. I find that the food tastes fresher. In America, I would get sick when I ate pork. But since I've been back in Thailand, I can actually eat all meats. I can eat pork. I can eat beef. I can eat chicken. I can eat any meat without getting sick. The fruits and vegetables taste a lot fresher here because they're mostly locally sourced. I'm not sure about the food that is imported because it's so easy to get locally sourced fruits and vegetables that there's no need for me to purchase imported fruits and vegetables. My skin has gotten a lot clearer since I've been out here. I have a lot more energy since I've been here. I've noticed that my gut health has been a lot better. I've been a lot more regular. So I would say that I didn't have a struggle with my food experience. I actually strengthened my eating habits in a more positive way since I've moved to Thailand. All right. That is the last granny square of today's Hey Auntie crochet studio time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is an average of about 10. Well, that's 10 grannies. I'm sorry, 6 granny squares. That's 1 granny square for every 10 minutes. It is my hopes by the end of this project that I can do 20 granny squares in an hour. That is what I'm striving to be able to do. That might be a little bit ridiculous fast, and I might be pushing it a little bit too far, but that's the goal, and that's what we're going to try to get to. So let's see what happens. And before I leave, let me answer this last question. So I suppose they have healthier options when it comes to food compared to the U.S. Absolutely. There are a lot of things that are allowed in the foods in the United States that are not allowed in other countries. And Thailand can be particularly strict about what can be allowed in the foods. So yes, the food is, you can taste that it tastes more real, less processed. Do they have sweets and candies and things like that? Absolutely. They have a lot of things that are quite enjoyable because I know that Americans love our sugar. So you don't have, you're not going to, you're not going to be missing out on that because in Thailand they love their sweets. They love to make things sweet. They put sugar in just about anything. So that is something that you'll find is that there is a lot of sugar out here, but there are always healthy alternatives, so you don't have to go that route. Yep. But it has been a pleasure. Thank you for being so interactive today, and I hope to see you next time on Hey Auntie's Crochet Studio. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when I'm on. I try to do this about 1 hour every day, typically in the morning Thai time, but you know, sometimes I get to jump on in the afternoon. Sometimes I jump on twice a day. So as long as you subscribe, you hit that bell, you will be notified every time I am online, and you can come jump in and say hello. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. And remember, if no one's told you today, Auntie loves you. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.